40 years of developing hockey players from youth to the pros, Minnesota Hockey Camps has a player development program for you. Located in Breezy Point, Minnesota, our professionally coached on-ice development sessions, off-ice speed training, weight room sessions, stick handling sessions, shooting skill sessions are the right program for you. MHC takes great pride in its tradition with developing NHL players like Chris Stewart, Ryan Bugsy Malone, Scotty Hartnell, and TJ Oshie. Our dedicated staff is ready for you. Come check us out at MinnesotaHockeyCamps.com. Sign up for your chance to become the player you've always wanted to be. Hashtag who will be next.
Cold showers, leaking pipes, furnace giving you the chills? Look no further. At Iron Range Plumbing and Heating, we've got you covered. From expert plumbing solutions to HVAC magic and all sheet metal work, we are your one-stop shop for comfort and reliability. Professional service from a team that cares. Say goodbye to household woes and hello to peace of mind. Call Iron Range Plumbing and Heating today and feel the difference.
At Grand Rapids Chevrolet GMC in Grand Rapids, Minnesota, we have the trucks. Over 47 new Silverados and Sierras sitting currently on the lot with more to come. We have all the options: LT, RST, LTZ, High Countries, ZR2s. We have heavy duties. We have Sierra, SLT, Elevations, Denali's. We are equipped for the truck you are looking for. With great rebates currently, with up to $12,500 off on select models, now would be a great time to take advantage of savings and get yourself into a new truck today. Grand Rapids GM in Grand Rapids, Minnesota.
Are you ready? Are you subscribed? No gimmicks, just hockey in Minnesota's Arrowhead region every single week for the next 16 weeks as we navigate the boys' high school hockey season. Get on board now. You're not going to want to miss a single second of the action. Let's go. The high school hockey season is here. The Tea with Miss McGill Show is presented by our friends over at Arrow Auto Glass and Supply. Got a crack in your windshield? These are the guys that will take care of you. They're your local source for windshield repairs and replacement with same-day services available. Arrow Auto also provides in-home services like installing and repairing your windows, glass doors, and glass shower doors. If you got a crack in a window at home or you just need a window at home, Arrow Auto is where you go. And they also specialize in commercial glass doors. So you own a business, these are your go-to people. They'll repair your door. You can get a door from them. All their work is warranted. They accept all insurance companies. For your convenience, Arrow Auto Glass and Supply, downtown Virginia and downtown Hibbing. All right, it is Puka speaking. It is the star of the show, Coach Reed Larson, week 1 of the boys high school hockey season, episode 116. Happy Thanksgiving Eve to all of you. And how we doing?
Well, we're in it. It's week, what did you say? Already
week 1.
Well, week 1 for us, but it's already
turning into week 2.
Into 3 weeks of the season here, getting rocking and rolling, and we've only had 1 game, but some teams are 3 into the mix already. Opening night was last week for play for the state of Minnesota. We had our opening game last night. We'll talk about that in the games of the week. And then we'll talk a little bit about some previews coming up. We got some interesting games ahead and a couple of interesting ones to talk about.
Yeah. So real quick recap. So the Grand Rapids football team made it to state. Came up just short.
Yeah, that's... you'd
Touchy
like
subject.
to... I was going to say, it's maybe just a little too soon, but... You know, it was a heck of a fun season. I'm blessed to be part of that staff and, real minute role that I have, but I'm just happy to be a part of helping Coach Spahn in that program continually over the last 6-7 years. And what a fun year. I mean, we kind of came off a loss in week 2 and came back and battled back and went on a streak. It looked like we were going to be able to continue on, and we get down and ran into a hot Cass and Manderville in the state semifinal at U.S. Bank. But we didn't quit. It was one of the games at the very end. It looked like the game was going to be over. They were up 16-0 with under 2 minutes, and we scored a touchdown, get the 2-point conversion, get the onside kick, go down and score again, but missed the 2-point conversion. Onside kick again, get it, and then we just basically run out of time. I mean, it was literally, when we got that onside kick the second time, there was only 15 seconds left on the clock and no timeouts left. And it was just a little too late to get it rolling at that point in the game. But man, a never quit mentality, and that is the first time since 1994 that Grand Rapids High School has been that far deep into the playoffs to the state semifinal. A few times been to the state quarterfinal. Previously, before that, was down in Osseo when we played against Orono. And before that, 2008, I believe it was, they played Benilde St. Margaret in the quarterfinal. But the last time to get that far was 1994.
You were on that
and
team.
I was on that team as a sophomore. I should say I was kind of a B squad player. I didn't get to play, but I got to stand there in the Metrodome going, wow.
Oh, yeah. You got to experience it.
We kind of thought that was good. I mean, going into that, we felt really good about it, but hats off to Casson Manderville, and hats off to Orono for knocking off Casson Manderville last week in the Prep Bowl and getting their state championship.
All right, awesome. Yeah, congrats to all the boys. Better season than the Vikings. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Better season than the Vikings.
That's a touchy subject.
Another one. All right, subscribers. Almost too many to mention. So last episode, which was only, I think, November 5th, a couple of weeks ago, we had our 500th Facebook subscriber, the Italian stallion, John Petrangelo, a buddy of mine. Anyway, we went over 700 yesterday.
Holy
but
mackerel.
just on Facebook. So we've just added a couple hundred just in a couple weeks on Facebook. But just a few notables. Irene Sunball, Derek Stanley, Andy Goblersh, and the flag football phenom from Hibbing, Ryan Rizzio. So be just like these fine folks and subscribe to America's fastest growing hockey show right now. All right, let's get up into our games of the week. Hit the like button if you can. Our games of the week are presented by the Ring Sports Bar and Grill over in Evelyn. Breakfast on the weekends only now. Breakfast on the weekends, lunch, dinner, daily specials, daily happy hour, and dinner specials, 248-8582. Give Michelle a call. Just out from the Hockey Hall of Fame over in Evelyn, so that's the place to be when you're in the Quad Cities, bless you. And of course, they are doing their Thanksgiving buffet tomorrow. So if you still don't have plans, not sure what you're going to do, head over to the Ring Sports Bar and Grill for the Thanksgiving buffet. All right, game number one, we want to get into Rock Ridge visiting Sartell last week. So Sartell, new to single A, coming from double A, in the top 5 rankings in some of the rankings around the state. Heading into the third is 3-2 Rock Ridge, less than a minute in. The Casmanian Devil himself, Kaz Carlson, hit behind the net. I thought it was clean. He gets a 5 in a game. Sartell goes on to a 4-goal third period, pull off the 7-3 win. Rock Ridge doubling them up on penalties, but just thoughts on that game and just, I guess, a turn of events, you could kind of say, early in the third period there.
Yeah, I mean, Kaz plays with a lot of grit and a lot of pace and a lot of speed, and he just came off of playing higher level and finishes his check at the end of a shift, or at the beginning of the shift there, obviously trying to get something created. They're down 3-2 going into the third period, and he wants to go down and create something, so he finishes his check like you're always asked to do. And I couldn't really see it that well. I mean, I looked at it when I watched it on this video camera, and I zoomed in to see, and I think probably where the infraction happens is he leaves his feet. I don't know. If he doesn't leave his feet, I don't think it's a penalty. But I think leaving his feet and then making some sort of contact with the guy's head, and the fact that the guy comes off on a stretcher.
Yeah, I did hear you got ambulance off. Yep.
Yeah, hopefully the kid is doing well. Hopefully he's okay. But yeah, that's a significant blow to their lineup when he's got to sit for a game.
Yeah, well, and I noticed he does not have a goal yet in the early season. I think they're only 2 games in, but probably not a concern. I think Kaz will rebound and he'll do just fine. Of course, put up a ton of points last year. All right, last night, Thunderhawks make the trip down to, were you at Heritage last night in Duluth? Yep. And facing off against the Duluth East Greyhounds. You can go back to our last episode. We did the preseason episode. A struggle bus for Duluth East last year, and you said it's not going to be that way very long. They're going to rebound. They'll be much improved. You guys skate to a tie last night.
Yeah, just trying to work out some of those beginning of the season rust that we got. Still kind of shaking off some of the elite league hockey, and this isn't guys that are playing the fall hockey stuff. If they're not going out to play juniors, if they're playing fall hockey elite league or tier 1 or whatever they're playing, you're not getting practice time when you're doing that stuff, and you you get into some bad habits. Sure. Not playing well defensively, it tends to be more offensive when you're playing those fall leagues. So this kind of getting into your first real in-season game where you have to have structure. We were just okay. I mean, I don't think we were horrible by any stretch of the imagination. And I think, like we said before, Duluth East was a little better than advertised. I mean, I think people talked a lot about them not being very good last year, only had 4 wins. They got significantly better. Yeah. Their goaltender had a really good game last night as well. We struggled putting the puck away. We definitely carried the pace of that game. Okay. We scored the first goal of the game. Seth Carlson, real nice play from Owen Simons, little zone entry, bangs that baby home, and we're up 1-0. But shortly after, we got some newer guys in the lineup that played JV last year that are, battling in the top 9 and the third line, and struggling just to try and find themselves as a player in a new role in the varsity program. Nervous.
Excited, nervous.
Yeah. So they end up tying it up in the first, and then they get one in the second, and then we end up scoring one in the third to tie it up late. So there was a number of shots that rung off a pipe or point blank that we shot that missed the net. If we bury 3 of those ones that we missed that were point blank, the score could have been way different. I mean, momentum could have changed. Grant Olson played in the net, got his first varsity start last night. He's got this opportunity to get a game in here, and got guys battling for a goaltending spot, and he was good last night. Good. He did a nice job. He got his ended up with a tie. Obviously went into overtime, had an 8-minute overtime. Nobody could score. Again, chances both ways. Nobody buried it, and 2-2. It's kind of, they just came off of a big loss the week before. East was down in Blaine and got ripped in Blaine like 6-2 or 7-2.
Okay.
Blaine's decent. They're good, but I think they went down there, had a slow start, started from behind. And I think they had they were a little pissed coming home. Like, sure. This is our home opener with Rapids. This is a rivalry game. We need to show up. They showed up. And I wouldn't say that we didn't. I think we were okay, but okay is not good enough in a rivalry game. Sure. It's got to be emotion. It's got to be played structured and played the right way. And we, like I said, we were just okay. If we went into that game and okay and not playing a great game and come out with a tie, then nothing hurts. So we see that team again right after the new year, right here in the Yanmar Arena, and that's going to be the difference maker. And I think they're going to be a top 4 team. They're going to be a top 4 seed.
Yeah,
I think they are.
Only team you play twice?
We play twice. Yeah, we play them twice.
Yeah. Okay. All right. One that I got to check out, Chisholm Hibbing. They were coming off their big win down at Cretin last weekend. They visited Cloquet Esco Carleton last night. Blue Jackets, they pulled off a 5-2 win with an empty netter, but in my opinion, not a 5-2 game. Shots 29-25 in favor of Hibbing, so close enough. Blue Jackets offside a lot, not a lot of shots. Top of the circles to the blue line, seemed like they kept trying to coast down or skate down, and not necessarily coast down, but always trying for that kind of that backdoor tap in. Knocked around a lot. I mean, it's Cloquet, and you can expound on that a little bit, but and getting knocked down and not jumping up, just kind of getting up. But they almost didn't look in game shape. I mean, like I said, coming off a big win, just didn't look sharp. I just, as the defending section champs, obviously you know this, you got to be up for every game. You're going to get everyone's A game, and I mean, they pulled it off, but like I said, the 5-2 score to me didn't really tell the tale of the game. And like I said, Cloquet played tough, especially at home, and you know how Cloquet plays.
Well, yeah, and the defending Section 7A champs. Who did they play to get there? Who did they have to beat to get to the state tournament?
Cloquet.
They had to get through Cloquet, and Cloquet arguably very, very pissed about losing that game last year in order to move on. That was a battle with Hibbing last year. Hey, Shea Walters is from Hibbing. That is circled on his calendar every single year. It's circled because he wants to make sure that his team plays the way they have to. And to be honest with you, Hibbing has got more skill. They're more skilled. They're more flow. They're more up and down the rink, more pace. But Cloquet has a style that Shea Walters likes to play, and it's get under your skin, get in their face, finish every check. If we get a penalty, we're going to kill it off. That is how he plays, and there's a lot of teams that can't handle that. If they can't handle that, then one of two things happen. Either you get undisciplined penalties because you're frustrated because you can't play that way and match it, or it just slows you down and you stay out on the perimeter, one or the other. And what it probably did last night is there's one thing that happens to you when you play against a team that's physical. If you just keep getting hit.
All right, fellas, you just can't get the hockey itch out of yourself. The college route isn't for you. Community college route isn't for you. The junior hockey route isn't for you. Well, there's still hockey that you can play. Why don't you check out the Jackson Hole Moose out in Jackson Hole, Wyoming? Take a look at these guys. Full crowds, full hockey, packed houses every night. Get a hold of TJ Thomas on Facebook, and he can get you hooked up with what's going on out there in Jackson Hole.
Integral Hockey Twin Ports offers top-of-the-line junior, intermediate, and senior sticks for sale. Integral also repairs shafts, blades, and goalie sticks using their patented process that restores your stick's original performance. Same flex, same kick point. Shaft and blade repairs come with a lifetime warranty at the repair spot, so you can trust your stick to perform game after game. Give Sand a call, 218-940-9089.
Would you like to hear about Zorba's specials? On Mondays, it's Micro Monday. All taps are just $4. Tuesdays, $3 tacos and $4 dos Ekis. Wednesdays, personal pizzas, $8 and domestic taps, $4. Thursdays, we have deals on nachos and $5 surly taps. We offer trivia on Wednesdays at 6 p.m., bingo on Thursday at 6 p.m., and then karaoke Thursdays at 10 p.m.
Hit and hit and hit. Pretty soon you're sick of getting hit and you start moving out of the way because you're getting tired of it. The fatigue sets in a lot quicker when you're getting hit.
Sure. Oh, yeah, and they were definitely physical.
So hats off. I mean, I know it doesn't tell the tale of the game, and Shea Walters is not the kind of guy that is going to come here and say, well, don't tell me I played good. Don't tell me we played good, we lost. He doesn't want that kind of moral victory. But he knows, and I know as a coach, that there's more there than what the scoreboard said. And he probably sent the message that they're for real. They're not going to back off and roll over for Hibbing. Hibbing is got the glitter and the lights and the smoke machine this year because they're expected to win it all. That's the expectation. That's what everybody expects. They got a lot of pressure. There's pressure behind that. There's pressure behind it, and I hate to say it because they're kids. There's no pressure for Cloquet.
Right.
They just come out and work the butt off. That's what they're gonna do.
Well, if they keep playing like that, Cloquet, my prediction is they're gonna sneak up on a lot of people and surprise a lot of people.
Yeah.
Anything else on our 3 games of the week?
No.
All right, so we'll get into our previews brought to you by our Spire Heating and Control, your local Bryant dealer. Getting kind of chilly outside. I think we're
you need something.
I think we're kind of getting into the negatives tonight with the wind chill. So Brian is the official heating and cooling company of your Minnesota Wild. Aspire specializes in gas, electric, and hydronic heating and cooling systems for existing and new construction, residential and commercial installations available. Services include forced air systems, boilers, heat pumps, and mini splits. They are, of course, licensed and bonded. Give Justin a call. 218-999-5957. Like we said, he's a hockey guy. Justin, 218-999-5957. If you need that furnace tuned up, this is the time. 999-5957, Aspire Heating and Control. All right, back to the Thunderhawks. On the road to number 5 ranked Maple Grove. What are you expecting?
Well, Maple Grove has got 3 games under their belt, so they're going to be obviously not in mid-season form, but maybe have knocked a little bit more rust off. But there's a little bit of come to, maybe kumbaya in practice today after our game last night. That if there's no break in our schedule, there really isn't. I mean, take a look at. As you start coming down the wire here in the first 3 weeks, you got Maple Grove, you got Warroad Roseau, you got
On the road.
you got who else coming in? Moorhead within the first week, top team in the state. I mean, there's no break, so there's no rest for the weary. You know what I mean? You got to be ready to play. They've got 3 games under their belt. They're 3-0. We expect them to be very, very disciplined. We expect them to be very skilled. It's a hard place to play at Maple Grove Community Center. It's difficult to play there. It's always so slow and quiet. They don't get any fans at their game, and especially at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday. So we got to be ready to play. I think we can be better in our special teams. We were okay on the penalty kill. We were 0 for 1 on the power play. We created some chances against East, but we got to be a little bit better on some of our chances that we had. We run some off the pipe. We bury a couple. We can put them on their heels right away. They got a very good goaltender. They got a couple of fast guys up front. They got a few defensemen that can wire it from the back end and waste shots on net, and sometimes those shots go in. So we got to be dialed in for that game. It's going to be an interesting game. Whether they're actually ranked 5 in the state, I don't know. You know, I know you say in some of these polls and some of those polls, it's just maybe one you looked at, though, whether it's
This was Let's Play Hockey, I think.
Let's Play Hockey, or, you know, there's a ton of them around.
Yeah, there's so that's it.
Dave Spihar's rankings or whatever. Let's put it this way. They had a nice game last night that they played. They played a section rivalry game, just like we did. They played on the road 10 minutes away or whatever it is from Maple Grove to Andover. That's a big section game now, since Andover is out of Section 7 and into Section 5 AA. And that was an overtime win for Maple Grove at Andover Community Center. So the week before, they were in the Turkey Trot tournament over in Wayzata and ended up playing Wayzata the first night and got the win over Wayzata. And then the second night they played Edina and got the overtime win over Edina. Now, let's be clear on what guys are playing and ready to go for Edina. Edina had just won the state championship the night before in football. Didn't have their starting goalie.
6 touchdowns.
Yeah, 6 touchdowns. I'm sure there's probably a couple other guys that are important pieces of the puzzle, not really ready yet. And just so anybody ever knows, we'll probably talk about this when we get to the Hornet stuff at the end here, but they're not even ready to go until just before the Holiday Classic tournament. Like, they go through what they call Hell Week the week before, so that they're grinding. They're just getting their feet under them. But that is a nice jump start with 3 good teams, all of which are in the top 10.
Sure.
So we better be ready to play. The expectation is when you go on the road, you play hard, you finish checks, you block shots, you gain zones, you waste pucks on net, you keep it close, and you win it in the end.
Yep, absolutely.
It's a race to 4. You know, the first team to get to 4 goals is going to win, and if we can get the goaltending that we got last night and better, we're going to be fine.
Okay. All right. Rock Ridge trying to get it back on track, so they will also be on the road into the Metro. They're going to visit Wayzata and Waconia, so a big test in the Metro for them also.
Yeah, and I don't know anything about Waconia, but I did watch a lot of the Wayzata Maple Grove game. That was kind of a back and forth game for those two. So Rock Ridge is going to have their work cut out for them. This is kind of that year where Rock Ridge is like, all right, we think we're the real deal, and they may very well be. They want to prove themselves. Well, here you go. I mean, you had 23 wins last year, and to not your fault. It's not your fault, but not a very good schedule. got some teams added to that schedule this year, and now it's time to prove it, right? You got teams like Wayzata that are in that schedule. You got some other teams that are in that schedule that you've been able to add. Coach Niskanen has done a good job of upgrading their schedule to get ready to play for playoffs at the end of the year. So let's see what they can do. Let's see if and I don't know, did they play last night? I have to look.
No, they didn't play last night. No,
they
had the Brainerd game before Sartell, so they're 1-1. Yep.
Oh, the Brainerd one was before that, so they're 1-1.
Yeah,
but the question mark, the reason why I asked that question is Kaz got kicked out of that game for that hit. He's suspended for another game. I would assume suspended for the next one. If Kaz is suspended for that game against Wayzata, that's going to create some issues.
Okay. Oh, I thought 5 in a game was 5 that game, and that counted as the game. 5 in a. Oh, so you're saying
you're ejected for the next game if you get kicked out.
Okay.
So someone can put that in the comments. I don't know if they played another one or not, or where that game was from. He might have. I don't know. Maybe they already served it. I'd have to look to see what their record is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're 1-1. But yeah, okay, yeah. Someone throw that in the comments. Perfect. All right, and then Chisholm Hibbing will visit number 11 in Single A, St. Cloud Cathedral. Of course, we've seen them a little higher in the rankings the last few years without their star, John Hirschfeld, Star Tribune's Player of the Year last year. But, a good enough test on the road for the Blue Jackets.
Yeah, well, let's see. Let's see what they got.
Just kind of a one and done. They're down and back. But, we'll kind of see what happens there. And like I said, big hole. That John Hirschfeld was pretty spectacular. So a big hole to fill there for the Crusaders.
Yeah, and it's always interesting to see, because that's not necessarily the most fun place to play either when you go to the MAC in St. Cloud. It's a tough place to play. The rink just seems like it just is like you're crammed into a tin can.
Oh, really? It's a little
when you're in the MAC. So and they play that rink very well when they play there. They got a lot of speed, but they know how to shrink down that space for other teams and make it hard for you to get through the neutral zone. They're easy for them to use that speed going through there, but a lot of times they lock teams down, and it turns into if you want to beat them at home, you're going to end up having to play really gritty.
Okay. All right, so good luck to all the teams here from the Northland. Let's move on to our scores and more, presented by Fortune Bay Resort and Casino on beautiful Lake Vermilion. Fortune Bay offers 172 rooms and a smoke-free resort indoor pool, full-service marina, RV park, world-class golf, several dining options, a bar, and of course, all the gaming you can handle. Visit FortuneBay.com for more details and plan your trip to Fortune Bay today. Some of you got the long weekend going on. Get up there, get your game on. Probably not quite enough snow for snowmobiling, and I noticed it's kind of funny because we got snow outside, but a lot of the lakes are still open.
Yeah, I don't know why. You know what's funny about the snow last night? Just a quick story is, it's snowing last night. My wife is out while I'm trying to get back from the game. She's out on our new steps out front with a broom sweeping them off. And she sees a snowmobile going ripping down the sidewalk. Like, dude, it's not, the snow is not even 2 hours old. And you want to go ripping through there now? Like, slow down.
I was shoveling in between periods of the Cloquet Hibbing game, and I heard about I hear it in the distance. Maybe that was the one. Maybe that was the one.
Hey, listen, if you're a snowmobile, good for you. Like I've got my side things that I like to do in the summertime. There's not a day that's if it's sunny outside, you're likely not going to see me in a car. You're likely going to see me on two wheels, right? But let's just wait till the snow at least is on the ground for a day.
Yeah, we might have only had about 2-3 inches.
You're gonna ruin your snowmobile.
Yeah. And that guy's back was sore today. He was feeling the bumps.
I bet.
All right, scores and more. War Road 3-1 loss up at the Gardens last week. Delano came up there and kind of stunned them. Denfeld 4-1 winners over Cambridge Isanti. We mentioned Brainerd being dropped by Rockridge 6-3. International Falls, the Broncos 9-0 victors over Lake of the Woods. Proctor 9-0 winners over Greenway. Roseau defeated Thief River Falls 6-1. Duluth East nicked by Blaine 6-2. The Greenway Raiders victors over Red Wing last week 3-0. Bemidji down by St. Cloud 4-rip. North Shore dumped by Superior 8-2. Duluth Marshall with this big 6-1 win over Northern Lakes. And our Wilderness of Eveleth were pumped by the Wilmer Warhawks Friday last week 6-2. And of course, it starts up here again. The Walleye Scott Edina Hornets update. Like Coach Larson said, 4-3 losers to Maple Grove. 0-2 start for the Hornets.
Yeah, I think we were saying the same thing this time last year. 0-2 start for the Hornets.
I think they went 0-3.
Yeah. 0-3.
Yeah.
It is. This Kurt Giles is going to do his thing. He does it every year. You got these kids coming in late in the season, trying to get their feet under them. Some of them were playing juniors and came back. Some were playing football and came back. They're mixing guys in and out of the lineup, and then after this first 2 weeks, it's a whole week of just absolutely beating the crap out of them. It is physicality in practice. It's skating the crap out of them. It's high pace. That's why they call it Hell Week.
Yep.
And they want to come into the Classic, which is the weekend of the 19th, 20th, and 21st, or 18th, 19th, 20th, whatever that is, so that they're pumping on all cylinders. And usually by that time, they want to play a game because they're sick and tired of practice and Coach Giles just beating the crud out of them. So, yeah, I wouldn't lose a whole lot of sleep over the Edina Hornets going 0-2 because just wait, when their team starts getting ready to go, they're usually on.
Oh, yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how they kind of push forward here.
All right, so one story we want to talk about, Frank Klobachek. If you're up for the Iron Range, even if you're not, but if you've been involved in men's league hockey anywhere around the state, even into Canada, I had the privilege on Halloween of going over to the Evelyn Hippodrome. 80 years young, Frank. So we skated, we had a little birthday party at the Hip, pizzas. Thanks, Jason Strukel. Him and his wife did a lot to put that on. If you want some more details, they did a nice write-up last week. It might have been last Wednesday in the Mesaba Tribune. Picture, about 50 guys showed up. A bunch of pictures. Like I said, the pictures through the years, a lot of faces on the pictures of people that I used to play with 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, you don't see anymore. So just wanted to wish Frank a happy birthday. And one thing he mentioned in the article was, what do you credit with keeping you in shape? And he said, well, I play a lot of hockey, and in the summer, he does a lot of biking. And I remember through the years, he had a race he lives in Iron, and he had a race that was called the Tour de Frank. The Tour de Frank, as a matter of fact, aforementioned Strooks would be a part of that.
Yeah.
Strooks is a biker,
Yeah.
So this guy's kept men's league hockey alive on the range for decades. And so we just wanted to recognize Frank for everything he's done for so many people. Put on a lot of tournaments around the Hoyt Lakes Cup for years.
He's a jolly good fellow.
Oh, he is, yeah. So just want to give a shout out and a big happy birthday to Frank. All right, anything to add to episode 116?
We're just rolling. We're
Just
just
rolling.
rolling. What did you say? This episode 116? Holy crap!
Yeah, if we're going to blink, it'll be 200.
Oh, when we hit 200, the party has to be significantly bigger. We had a pretty good one last year during the playoffs down at Amsoil. We ran on over to the Green Mill.
Green Mill, yep.
Had a whole bunch of people come in and out of there. It was in between sessions for semifinal games. I was a little down in the dumps because I walked out of there with my tail between my legs. But then as soon as I saw all the fans that enjoy watching our show and friends and family come in and just share what their favorite moments are about Tea with Miss McGill and different episodes they enjoy and different one-liners and little things that we throw out there. We appreciate everybody that follows, and if you know somebody that you think would like a good hockey podcast and interested in more than just hearing about the Metro, we try to stretch things out. We try to stretch things from the range up to northern Minnesota. We try to stretch things down as far as St. Cloud, and we even get a few of these people that want to hear their shout outs like, well, hi, Scott from Edina. We throw some things out there, but hey, if you're down in southern Minnesota and you want to hear a couple of things, shoot something out there or fire out a text message to someone and share our YouTube channel and our link down to somebody in Wilmer or Marshall or Rochester or Owatonna, wherever. It'd be nice to, it's just, people that like hockey, they like to listen to hockey. And it doesn't matter where you are. Even if you're out of state,
Oh,
You're in
yeah.
North Dakota, if you're in Wisconsin, if you're north of the border up there, we just like talk hockey. And if you like to listen, tune in.
Yeah, awesome. So like Coach was saying, share. We always say that. Share, comment. Like I said, we love hearing from you. So, don't be afraid to throw a comment in there. Like I said, since we've had so many new subscribers lately, you can find us on X under T McGill. Find us under Tea with Miss McGill on Instagram, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. On Facebook and or YouTube, it's Goat Sports Media LLC. Goat Sports Media LLC. On Rumble, it's just Goat Sports, one word. Black Friday is here. Like I said, it's Thanksgiving Eve, so merch, we've got, just take the thinking out of it. You need to think no more. Brother, dad, son, significant other, we've got $45 for a hoodie. We got $20 t-shirts. Just get a hold of us. Goatsportsmediallc at gmail.com. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all that good stuff will get you taken care of. And a big thank you to the greatest partners on earth, Virginia Family and Biologic Family Dental, Aspire Heating and Control, the Ring Sports Bar and Grill, Aero Auto Glass and Door, Fortune Bay Resort and Casino, Zorba's of Grand Rapids, Iron Range Goalie Academy, Grand Rapids Chevrolet GMC, Minnesota Hockey Camps, Jackson Hole Moose Hockey Club, Iron Range Plumbing and Heating, and Integral Hockey Twin Ports. For Reed Larson, I am Puka. Happy Thanksgiving. Get out there and be your dream. You're tuned to the Tea with Miss McGill Show.